Hey folks, welcome back. Let's talk about something real today. Something a lot of people ignore until it's too late. Have you ever been in a situation where you're constantly wondering if she's into you or not? Maybe you catch yourself analyzing every text, every conversation, every little action she takes, hoping to find proof that she actually likes you. You tell yourself, maybe she's just busy, or maybe she's shy, or maybe I just need to try harder. But deep down, you already know the truth. You just don't want to accept it. The reality is, when a woman is not interested, she makes it obvious. Not with her words, but with her actions. She won't necessarily come out and say it. She doesn't have to, because everything she does, or doesn't do, is already sending you a message loud and clear. The problem is, most guys refuse to listen. Instead of recognizing the signs and walking away with their dignity intact, they keep trying. They keep making excuses. They keep holding on to the smallest crumbs of attention, thinking that maybe, just maybe, things will change. But here's the hard truth. When a woman likes you, you don't have to guess. You don't have to chase. You don't have to convince her, because when she's interested, she'll show it. She'll make time. She'll engage. She'll want to be around you. And when she's not, well, that's when she starts doing these 7 things. And trust me, once you recognize these signs, you'll never waste your time on someone who doesn't see your value again. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if she's just busy? Or what if she's playing hard to get? Listen, I get it. You don't want to walk away too soon and risk losing something that might have potential. But here's the key difference. A busy woman still makes time for someone she's interested in. A woman playing hard to get still finds ways to show you she cares. But when she does these 7 things, that's not a test. That's a message. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can move on to someone who actually values your time and attention. So, let's break it down. What are the clear signs that a woman is just not interested in you? What are the things she does when she's keeping you around as an option, but has no real intentions of being with you? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and more importantly, you'll know when to walk away. And let me just say this. Walking away isn't about being bitter. And it's not about playing games. It's about recognizing your worth. It's about respecting yourself enough to stop wasting time on someone who doesn't see you the way you see them. So if you're tired of the mixed signals, tired of being strung along, tired of feeling like you're the only one putting in effort, stick around. Because we're about to uncover the 7 biggest signs that she's just not that into you. And if any of these sound familiar, don't take it personally. Instead, take it as your sign to stop chasing and start valuing yourself. Let's get into it. Number 1. She takes forever to respond or doesn't respond at all. Hey folks, let's talk about something we've all been through at some point. Waiting for a reply that never comes. You send a message, you check your phone, you wait, and nothing. Hours pass, maybe even days. And when she finally does respond, it's short, dry, and feels like she's just being polite rather than actually wanting to talk. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Maybe she's just busy. And sure, everyone has things going on. But let's be real, no one is too busy to respond to someone they genuinely want to talk to. We live in a world where people check their phones constantly. A woman who is truly interested in you will find a way to stay engaged, no matter how busy she is. The hard truth is, when she takes forever to respond or doesn't respond at all, she's sending a clear message. She just isn't interested, at least not in the way you want her to be. She might still reply out of courtesy or because she enjoys the attention. But if she truly liked you, she wouldn't leave you waiting and wondering. When a woman likes you, conversations feel effortless. She looks forward to your messages. She wants to keep talking. She checks her phone, sees your name pop up, and actually gets excited. But when she's not interested, your messages feel like a task, something she should respond to rather than something she genuinely wants to. It's not about being busy. It's about priority. She might still reply from time to time, but it's not because she's interested. It's because she wants to keep you as an option. Maybe she enjoys knowing that you're there, waiting for her. Maybe she likes the attention. But at the end of the day, if she truly wanted to talk to you, she would. This is where most guys go wrong. Instead of recognizing the pattern and pulling back, they do the opposite. They chase harder. They send a follow-up text. They ask if she got their message. They make excuses for her lack of interest, convincing themselves that maybe she's just having a bad day, or maybe she's just not great at texting. But here's the reality. If you have to chase someone just to keep the conversation going, you've already lost. A woman who truly values you won't leave you in limbo. She won't make you question whether she's interested or not. And if she does, then that's your answer. She's not. So what's the right move? Stop rewarding bad behavior. If she consistently takes hours or days to respond, mirror that energy. Stop texting first. Stop putting in all the effort. And most importantly, stop making excuses for her lack of interest. You are not an afterthought. You are not someone she gets to reply to only when she's bored. A woman who truly likes you will make time for you. She won't leave you wondering if she even cares. And if she does, that's your sign to move on. If you're still unsure whether she's interested or not, pay attention to her actions. Does she only respond when it's convenient for her? Are her replies one-word answers that don't add anything to the conversation? Does she rarely, if ever, ask you questions or show curiosity about your life? Do you notice that she's active on social media but still hasn't responded to your message? The moment you see these patterns, walk away. Don't waste your time over analyzing her responses, trying to decode if she secretly likes you but is just playing hard to get, because she's not. If she wanted you, you'd know it. Here's the bottom line. When a woman is truly into you, she won't make you guess. She won't make you feel like you're chasing something that isn't there. She won't keep you waiting for a simple reply. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're always the one initiating, always the one waiting, always the one trying, stop. Pull back and see what happens. If she's interested, she'll notice the shift and start putting in effort. If she doesn't, then you just saved yourself a whole lot of wasted time. You deserve someone who is excited to talk to you, not someone who sees you as just another message to ignore. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a situation where you kept waiting for a response that never came? Drop a comment below and say, "I know my worth." Because the ones who truly understand this never waste time chasing indifference. And if you're ready to stop second-guessing yourself and start recognizing the signs early, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. Number 2, she never initiates contact. Hey folks, let's talk about something that happens way too often but is easy to ignore, when you're always the one reaching out first. You wake up, check your phone, and realize it's always you starting the conversation. If you don't text, there's silence. If you don't call, the phone never rings. And if you decide to pull back, days might go by without a single word from her. That's not an accident. That's not a coincidence. That's a message. A woman who is genuinely interested in you won't just sit back and let you do all the work. She won't let the conversation die unless you're the one keeping it alive. And if she never initiates contact, it's because she doesn't feel the need to. You might think she's shy, or maybe she's waiting for you to take the lead. But the truth is, when someone truly values your presence, they make an effort. Some guys convince themselves that as long as she responds, things are fine. But there's a big difference between replying and actually wanting to talk to you. When a woman is excited about you, she doesn't just wait for your messages. She finds ways to reach out. It could be something simple, like sending a meme, checking in on your day, or bringing up something you talked about before. But when she never initiates, that's not a sign of someone who's afraid to text first. That's a sign of someone who isn't thinking about you the way you're thinking about her. You might be telling yourself, maybe she's just not a big texter, or maybe she's really busy. But let's be real. No one is too busy to send a quick message to someone they genuinely care about. When she's interested, she finds a way. When she's not, you'll notice how effortless it is for her to go days without speaking to you. And the hardest pill to swallow? It doesn't bother her. This is where most guys make the biggest mistake. Instead of recognizing the imbalance, they chase harder. They text first every time. They overthink their messages. They try to be more interesting, more engaging, just to keep her attention. But the more you chase, the more obvious it becomes that she doesn't feel the same way. And the more you push, the more she pulls away. If you ever find yourself wondering whether she'd notice if you stopped reaching out, here's a simple test. Just stop. If she values you, she'll notice. She'll check in. She'll reach out. And if she doesn't, that's your answer. You were the only one keeping this going. Some women won't cut you off completely, though. They'll respond when you text. Maybe even throw in a little flirtation to keep you on the hook. But pay attention. Does she ever ask about your life? Does she ever show genuine curiosity about your thoughts, your goals, your day? Or is she just responding in a way that keeps you there without actually putting in any effort? A woman who truly likes you won't let you do all the work. She won't let you be the only one initiating. She won't let days pass without wondering how you're doing. And if she does, then you already have your answer. She's not emotionally invested in you. So what should you do? The answer is simple. Pull back. Stop initiating and see what happens. If she reaches out, great. That means she actually cares. But if she disappears, then you just saved yourself a whole lot of wasted time. You shouldn't have to beg for attention. You shouldn't have to convince someone to value you. And if you do, that means you're in the wrong place. The next time you find yourself always being the one to text first, ask yourself, if you stopped, would she even notice? If the answer is no, then it's time to move on. Because the right woman won't make you question whether or not she's interested. She'll show you through her actions, not just her words. Now, let me ask you, have you ever been in a situation where you were always the one reaching out first? Drop a comment below and say, I know my worth. And if you're done chasing one-sided conversations, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Number 3, she never makes an effort to see you. Hey folks, let's talk about something that a lot of guys overlook. Effort. It's one of the clearest signs of interest. Yet, so many people ignore it because they don't want to face the truth. If you're always the one making plans, always the one suggesting meetups, always the one putting in the effort to see her, while she just goes along with it or comes up with excuses, then you're in a one-sided situation. A woman who truly wants to be around you won't make you feel like you have to beg for her time. She won't constantly be too busy, too tired, or too unsure. Sure, life gets hectic, and sometimes people genuinely have packed schedules. But here's the key difference. When she's interested, she finds a way. She will suggest another time. She will let you know she still wants to see you, and she will show excitement about it. But if you notice that she never initiates plans, never follows up on the ones you suggest, or always seems to have something more important going on that tells you exactly where you stand, it's easy to fall into the trap of making excuses for her behavior. You might tell yourself that she's just going through a lot, that maybe she's waiting for the right moment, or that she just needs more time. But let's be honest, if she was genuinely into you, she wouldn't keep pushing you to the side. When a woman is excited about someone, she doesn't leave him wondering when he'll see her next. She makes it clear that she's looking forward to spending time together. This is where a lot of guys make the biggest mistake. Instead of recognizing the imbalance, they try harder. They suggest more plans, thinking that maybe if they come up with the perfect date idea, she'll finally say yes. They keep initiating, hoping that eventually she'll start putting in effort too. But that's not how attraction works. If you're the only one making an effort to meet up, then you're the only one who truly cares about making it happen. Some women won't outright reject you. Instead, they'll keep you around as an option. They'll respond to your messages. They'll act friendly. They'll give you just enough attention to keep you from walking away completely. But the moment you suggest meeting up, there's always a reason why they can't. Maybe it's a last-minute plan with their friends. Maybe they're too exhausted from work. Maybe they'll say something vague like, "Let's see how the week goes." It's a pattern of avoidance, and the longer you ignore it, the more you waste your time. So what should you do? The best move you can make is to stop putting in effort where it's not being reciprocated. If you always have to be the one initiating, stop and see what happens. Does she reach out? Does she suddenly find the time to see you? Or does the connection just fade away? That's your answer. If someone truly values you, they won't let you drift away without trying to pull you back. But if she disappears the moment you stop chasing, then she was never really there in the first place. A relationship, no matter how early on, should never feel like a one-person effort. If she's not showing you through her actions that she wants to spend time with you, then she doesn't deserve your time. The right woman won't make you feel like you're always the one chasing. She'll show up, she'll make plans, she'll make it clear that she values being around you. And if she's not doing that, then stop wasting your time waiting for something that isn't going to happen. Have you ever been in a situation where you were the only one making an effort? Drop a comment below and say, "I respect my time." And if you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Number 4, she keeps conversations surface level and dry. Hey folks, let's be honest. When someone truly likes you, conversations don't feel like a job. They're effortless, engaging, and filled with curiosity. You don't have to force anything because both of you are equally invested. But when she's just not that into you, the conversation will feel like walking through mud. Slow, dry, and going nowhere. You send her a message, and she replies hours later with, "Haha, yeah?" or a simple emoji. You ask her about her day, and she hits you with a basic, "It was fine." You try to start a real discussion, and she either ignores it or responds with the bare minimum. At this point, you're not having a conversation. You're sending messages into a void and hoping for a different outcome. Some guys make excuses for this. They think, maybe she's just not a big texter, or maybe she's having a bad day. But here's the reality. When a woman is interested, she finds ways to engage. She asks you questions. She brings up things you talked about before. She makes an effort to keep things interesting. If she's constantly giving you dry, lifeless responses, it's because she doesn't see the conversation as important. There are a few reasons why this happens. One possibility is that she's keeping you around for attention. She enjoys the validation of knowing someone is interested, but she's not willing to invest emotionally. Another reason, she doesn't want to fully reject you, so instead of cutting things off, she just gives you the bare minimum, hoping you'll get the hint. Or maybe she's talking to other guys who excite her more, and you're just the one she responds to when she's bored. Whatever the reason, the end result is the same. You're doing all the work, and she's giving you scraps in return. So what's the mistake most guys make here? They try harder. They send longer messages, ask more questions, and overcompensate for her lack of effort. But the truth is, the more you push, the more obvious it becomes that she doesn't care. A woman who genuinely enjoys talking to you will meet you halfway. She won't make you feel like you're the only one keeping things alive. The best move? Stop forcing conversations that aren't meant to happen. If she's only giving you one-word replies, stop replying. If she never asks about you, stop sharing details about your life. Pull back and see what happens. Does she notice? Does she reach out? Does she start putting in effort when she feels you pulling away? Or does she just let things die without a second thought? That's your answer. If someone values you, they won't let you feel like an afterthought. They won't let conversations become lifeless. And if they do, then you're wasting your time trying to build a connection that was never there to begin with. Now, tell me, have you ever been in a conversation where every response felt like an obligation instead of genuine interest? Drop a comment below and say, I don't waste words on the wrong people. And if you're ready to recognize these signs before it's too late, stick around, because what's coming next might just change the way you see everything. Number 5. She flirts, but never takes it further. Hey folks, let's talk about one of the biggest mind games in dating. The woman who flirts gives you just enough attention to keep you interested, but never actually moves things forward. One moment, she's playful, laughing at your jokes, touching your arm, maybe even dropping hints that she really enjoys being around you. But when it comes to actually making plans, deepening the connection, or taking things to another level, nothing happens. You're left confused, wondering if she's shy, if she's playing hard to get, or if you just need to try harder. But let's break it down. If a woman genuinely wants something with you, she won't just flirt for fun. She'll want to progress, to see you more, to create real moments together. If she's not doing that, it means she's using flirtation for attention, validation, or control. Some guys mistake this for genuine interest. They think, she must like me, she's always flirting with me. But flirting means nothing without action. Women flirt for a variety of reasons, and not all of them lead to real attraction. Sometimes, she enjoys how it makes her feel. Getting a reaction from you, feeling desirable, knowing that she has someone wrapped around her finger. But when it comes to actually reciprocating that energy, she disappears. If this sounds familiar, you might be dealing with someone who enjoys the chase, not the relationship. She loves the excitement of knowing she has your attention. She loves the power of being able to draw you in whenever she wants. But when you start expecting something real, she backs off. Why? Because for her, flirting is the goal, not you. Why she flirts without taking it further? There are a few reasons why a woman might act this way. First, she loves attention but doesn't want commitment. She enjoys being desired. She likes the energy of having guys interested in her, but she has no real intention of taking things beyond that. Second, she's keeping you as an option. She might not see you as her first choice, but she doesn't want to completely let go of the attention you give her. By flirting just enough, she keeps you invested without having to fully commit. And third, she's feeding her own ego. Some women get a thrill from knowing they can have any man wrapped around their finger. It boosts their confidence, it makes them feel powerful, and unfortunately, some guys fall for it because they mistake the flirtation for something real. The biggest mistake guys make most guys. When they notice this pattern, chase harder. They think, maybe if I just impress her more, she'll take me seriously. So they give her more attention. Try to be more available. Put in more effort, only to get the same result. The more you chase, the more she controls the dynamic. She flirts. You respond. She pulls away. You chase. And the cycle continues. But here's the truth. Real attraction leads to action. If she's actually into you, she'll want to take things beyond just flirting. She won't just drop hints. She'll show you through her actions that she wants something real. How to handle this situation? The best way to break this cycle: stop playing into the game. If she flirts but never moves things forward, stop rewarding that behavior. Don't get caught up in meaningless conversations that go nowhere. Don't keep engaging with her just because she's playful or gives you small doses of attention. Instead, match her energy. If she flirts but never initiates plans, pull back. If she's playful but avoids real connection, stop investing in it. When she sees that her usual tricks aren't working, she'll either step up or disappear, and either way, you win. Because here's the bottom line. You're not here to be someone's entertainment. You're not here to boost her ego or be the guy she flirts with when she's bored. You're here for something real, and if she's not willing to meet you there, then she's not worth your time. Final thoughts. Flirting without real action is just a game, and if you keep falling for it, you'll waste time chasing someone who never planned on being with you in the first place. The right woman won't just flirt. She'll actually want to be with you. Now, tell me, have you ever dealt with someone who flirted but never took it further? Drop a comment below and say, "I don't play games." And if you're ready to stop falling for empty gestures, stay tuned, because what's coming next will open your eyes even more. Number 6, she talks about other men around you. Hey folks, let's be real. If a woman is genuinely interested in you, she won't spend her time talking about other men. She won't go out of her way to bring up who texted her, who complimented her, or how amazing some other guy is. But when she does, that's not random. That's not meaningless. That's a message. You're sitting there, trying to build a connection, but instead of showing interest in you, she's constantly bringing up someone else. Maybe it's an ex, a coworker, or some random guy at the gym. At first, you tell yourself it's nothing, but then you start noticing the pattern. Every time you talk, there's another story about a different guy, another comment about how someone flirted with her, another subtle way of letting you know that she has options. The truth is, women don't do this by accident. If she's always talking about other men around you, she either doesn't see you as a serious option or she's testing you. Either way, it's a sign that you need to stop wasting your energy. Some women do this because they only see you as a friend. They feel comfortable around you, but they don't think of you romantically, so they have no issue bringing up other guys. Others do it as a way to stroke their own ego. They love the feeling of being desired and keeping guys interested in them, even if they don't actually plan on taking things further. And then there are the ones who do it just to see how you'll react, to see if you'll get jealous, if you'll try harder, if you'll compete for their attention. That's where a lot of guys make their biggest mistake. Instead of recognizing what's happening, they try to prove themselves. They start subtly competing with the guys she mentions. They try to be funnier, more charming, more interesting, thinking that if they just show her they're better, she'll finally stop talking about other men. But the more you play into that, the more she knows she has control over the situation. A woman who truly likes you won't put you in a position where you feel like you have to prove yourself. She won't make you question whether you're enough. She'll be focused on you, not on letting you know about every guy who looks her way. So what should you do? The best move you can make is to stay indifferent. If she brings up another guy, don't engage. Don't react. Just let it pass like it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't. If she's doing this to get a response out of you, and she doesn't get one, she'll realize she has no control over your emotions. And if she's doing it because she's genuinely more interested in someone else, then you have your answer. Either way, the right response is always the same. Don't chase. If she's really into you, she'll make it clear. If she's not, she'll keep playing these games, hoping you'll stick around, even though she has no real intention of choosing you. At the end of the day, you should never feel like you're competing for attention. The right woman won't make you feel like an option. She won't need to bring up other men to keep you interested. She'll just be present, engaged, and focused on you. So let me ask you, have you ever been in a situation where a woman kept bringing up other guys around you? Drop a comment below and say, I don't compete for attention. And if you're tired of wasting energy on people who don't see your worth, stay tuned, because what's coming next will make you rethink everything. Number 7. She avoids physical contact and intimacy. Hey folks, let's be honest. When a woman is truly into you, she won't hesitate to get close. She'll find small ways to touch you, lean in when you talk, and make it clear through her body language that she's comfortable in your space. But when she avoids physical contact and intimacy, that's a sign you can't ignore. You reach out for a casual touch on her arm, and she subtly pulls away. You lean in slightly, and she creates distance. Maybe you go for a hug, and she gives you one of those awkward, one-arm, quick pats on the back. The kind you'd give a coworker, not someone you're attracted to. It's not an accident. It's not something to overthink. It's a message. Some guys try to convince themselves otherwise. They think, maybe she's just not into PDA, or maybe she's shy. But the reality is, when a woman genuinely wants to be around you, her actions will show it. She won't just let you be close. She'll want to be close. She'll initiate physical touch. She'll playfully tap your arm. She'll find excuses to be near you. If she's avoiding all of that, then it's because she doesn't feel that level of attraction toward you. There are different ways this plays out. Some women will make excuses. They'll say they're just not that affectionate, or they take things slow. But watch how they interact with other people. If she's naturally warm and touchy with friends, but keeps her distance with you, then you already have your answer. Other times, she might give just enough physical interaction to keep you on the hook. Maybe she'll let you hug her, but it feels stiff and emotionless. Maybe she'll tolerate small moments of closeness, but never really reciprocate. If it feels forced, if it feels like she's just allowing it rather than enjoying it, then that's a huge red flag. And then there are the women who simply treat you like you don't exist physically. No casual touches, no leaning in, no effort to break that invisible barrier between the two of you. It's not that she doesn't like human contact, she just doesn't want it from you. So what do most guys do when they notice this? They try harder. They think, maybe if I just make her feel more comfortable, she'll change. So they wait. They overanalyze every little interaction, and they keep hoping that one day she'll start responding differently. But here's the truth. You don't need to convince someone to want to be close to you. Attraction isn't something you negotiate. Either it's there or it's not. If she's into you, she won't resist the idea of being near you. She won't flinch when you touch her. She won't treat intimacy like something she has to avoid. The best thing you can do in this situation is stop trying to force something that isn't there. If she's consistently avoiding physical contact, take that as your answer. Instead of wasting your time hoping she'll change, redirect your energy towards someone who actually appreciates your presence. A woman who truly likes you won't make you feel like you're invading her space. She won't act like your touch is something she has to endure. She'll want to be around you. She'll initiate contact because she feels naturally drawn to you. And if she's not doing that, then it's time to accept reality and move on. At the end of the day, attraction is effortless. If you have to constantly question whether she enjoys being close to you, then she probably doesn't. And that's okay, because the right person won't leave you guessing. All right, folks, let's wrap this up. If you've recognized any of these signs in your own situation, take it as a reality check. Because when someone truly values you, they don't leave you questioning where you stand. The key lesson here? Stop chasing clarity from someone who's already showing you the truth through their actions. Walk away with your self-respect intact, because the right person won't make you doubt your worth. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where you ignored the signs? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you're ready to see things clearly and take back your power, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.